welcome to Papastache 102. So today, excuse me, I was watching some Queen, and they were doing Tie Your Mother Down at Wembley, which is just epic because the crowd is freaking massive, and it was great. But it was a cool chord progression, and Brian May was doing that sick major and minor Mixolydian kind of thing, and it sounded awesome. So it inspired a riff, which I am going to show you now. Well, in just a second. If you want to learn how to play over a 1-4-5 a little better, click that blues link down below. That's a video not on YouTube, and it'll kind of give you some concepts. So, you know, you'll be jamming at a jam, and people will be like, Johnny or Susie, shit, guitar players rule. Anyways, that's beside the point. How did you learn that amazing 1-4-5 prowess that you have? And you could say, dude, this dude with the freaking mustache on YouTube, he taught me how to rock. I would be stoked if you told all your friends. If you guys don't know, I'm shooting for the combined total of 200,000 of you all. So we have a giant, happy, fun, loving, guitar playing family. Let's learn the lick. All right, so let's just pretend we're doing that sort of a thing, kind of a, you know. Now, I know this sound is the Mixolydian scale. Okay, I know that went by quick, but I'm just giving you a hint of where this is coming from. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be. I wouldn't doubt it. So any of you jazz guys out there or theory buffs, which I would appreciate, you can tell me if I'm wrong. But then, to throw another curveball in there, we're going to mix major and minor pentatonic. And it's just going to be awesome, because that's the best. So, what I've done is, I'm playing this riff right here. Now, when I'm jamming in A, cool thing to do to really get that sound is play notes of the chord, right? So if we went right here, we have the major third, which would be the 6th fret of the G string, right? So I'm trying to target notes from right in that area, derived directly from our chord. So we got, so I went 6, and then I went down to the B, and I went 5 and 7. Now I'm going to come back to my 3rd, and then jump down to the root note, which is the 5th fret of the E string. So we got. Now the next part is the big skip. Okay? Now this actually is part of the A chord down here. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just playing basically like an arpeggio, right? An A major arpeggio. Okay, so we have those notes so far. Now I'm going to jump back into my minor pentatonic and hit that 8th fret of the B string. So we got. Now I'm going to go back to my A, 5, E. Okay, so we got. Or either way, both of them work, right? So we got. I like that sound because I like to go back and forth between that major and minor sound. So we got. 5, 7. And now I'm going to go 5 and 5 on the E and B, and then I'm going to bend up this 8th fret. So we got. Now we're going to Hendrixify it and do an awesome Hendrix lick. And if you haven't learned this lick, it's just sick. I learned it from my old guitar teacher, who I'm bringing in here, consequently, to show you where it all came from. He's awesome. So look out for that video. Now what you do is you bend up the 8th fret B string, and as the strings start to scrunch together, you use your 2nd finger to grab the G string 7th fret. So you get, and you come down with that. So you got. Now I'm going to go 5 and 7 on the G string, and then get back into that kind of Mixolydian sound, or my major third, however you want to think of it. And I'm going to do a half bend. So it basically sounds like. And then I'm just going to walk down D string, 7, 5, and then chromatic 7, 6, 5, 4. So anytime you're doing that A, G, D kind of chord progression, you can do all those cool Mixolydian type riffs, you know, where you're doing the. Right? Get almost that kind of Eastern vibe to it. Right? Now you can also just, you know, blaze through the Mixolydian scale. You'll start to get that kind of Satriani or Vi kind of thing going. So explore that, you know, some of those modes in combination. I'll get through the modes at one point, one year. And we'll have more of a modal discussion. But I just kind of dabble in the modes, and I use major and minor pentatonic as definitely my home base. And then just add the other modes for just kind of a flair. So if you like that sound, we're just bending the thirds. The major third, a half step. Let me do that again. There we go. A half step. Right? So you have the octave here. Right? All right out of the A chord. You got A chord here. Right? So check that out. Have fun with it. Remember, we'll use A minor pentatonic as our home bass. Right, and you get all sorts of riffs like that. So give it a shot. If you want to know more of those kind of riffs, just, you know, drop me a note.